Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, has long been described as an enigma wrapped in artistry. To the casual observer, he is simply one of the 7 members of the world's most successful boy band, a voice recognized for its velvety depth and an image adored for its magnetic charm. Yet, as the years unfold, it becomes increasingly clear that Taehyung is not just an idol performing on stage. He is a multi-layered individual who has carefully curated what the world sees, while concealing vast parts of himself beneath the surface. Fans often sense it. The fleeting glances, cryptic captions on social media, sudden withdrawals followed by bursts of creativity. Each action feels like a deliberate choice, almost as if Taehyung is building his own mythology while quietly protecting pieces of his identity. His silence in some moments speaks louder than his music, leaving both media and fans wondering, what exactly has Kim Taehyung been hiding from the world all this time? When BTS rose from relative obscurity to global dominance, each member's life was transformed beyond recognition. For Taehyung, the transition carried both blessings and burdens. On one hand, he gained unimaginable influence, wealth, and a platform to express his art. On the other, he found himself living under constant scrutiny, his every movement dissected by millions of eyes across the globe. Fame has often been described as a gilded cage, and Taehyung seems to embody this paradox perfectly. Behind the smiles and effortless charisma lies a man who shoulders an extraordinary weight. Friends close to him in rare interviews have hinted at his need for privacy, his yearning for moments where he can be Kim Taehyung, not V. Yet, in the relentless entertainment industry, separating the two personas is nearly impossible. This constant tension between self and stage persona may very well be the first secret Taehyung has tried to guard. The truth of who he is when the cameras are off. One of the most fascinating aspects of Taehyung's hidden world lies in his unpublicized artistic pursuits. While fans know him as a singer and performer, insiders reveal that he is deeply involved in painting, photography, and even writing. His occasional exhibitions of photographs under the pseudonym Vanti offered a small glimpse into this passion, but sources suggest that these public works represent only a fraction of his creative output. Rumors swirl that he maintains private collections of art that he refuses to share, fearing that the world would overanalyze, commercialize, or misinterpret them. The few lucky individuals who have seen his canvases describe them as abstract, emotional, and far more personal than anything he has ever released. Could it be that Taehyung's truest self is hidden not in his music, but in colors, textures, and visual narratives that only he fully understands? This concealed artistry waiting quietly in the shadows seems to whisper a different story about who Kim Taehyung really is. For an idol of his stature, social media is both a lifeline and a battlefield. Taehyung's Instagram presence, brief yet impactful, became one of the fastest-growing accounts in the world. Every post attracted headlines, every deletion sparked speculation. Yet behind the perfectly curated photos and cryptic captions lies a carefully managed strategy. Unlike many celebrities who overshare, Taehyung reveals little. His posts are often minimalistic, offering hints rather than explanations. Experts in media psychology argue that this calculated ambiguity serves two purposes. It maintains his mystique and grants him control over a narrative that would otherwise spiral out of his hands. In an era when oversharing is the norm, Taehyung's restraint feels radical, almost rebellious. Perhaps what he is hiding is not a specific secret but rather a philosophy. The belief that not everything should be consumed by the public If there is one area where Taehyung's hidden life sparks the most curiosity, it is his love life. Since debut, BTS members have been remarkably private about dating, bound by both industry expectations and fan culture. For Taehyung, this silence has only amplified speculation. Whispers of secret relationships, anonymous sources claiming insider knowledge, and fan-detected clues on jewelry, lyrics, or shared locations have circulated for years. Yet, Taehyung himself has remained steadfastly silent, addressing neither confirmation nor denial. Could it be that behind his serene smile lies a personal life he fiercely protects? One that allows him moments of normalcy, intimacy, and vulnerability away from the gaze of millions? For a man whose existence is so public, love might be his greatest hidden treasure, a secret garden he guards at all costs. Whether real or imagined, the aura of mystery surrounding his romantic life adds yet another layer to the question of what he has kept from the world. Behind the glamour of awards and stages, Taehyung has not been immune to struggles. Over the years, hints about health issues, both physical and emotional, have emerged, though often downplayed by official statements. Fans recall moments when his voice faltered due to vocal strain, or when he appeared exhausted during grueling schedules. More telling, however, are his rare but candid confessions about anxiety, loneliness, and the crushing expectations placed upon him. In a culture that often demands perfection from its idols, such admissions are radical. Yet, it is likely that what the world sees represents only a portion of his struggles. Could Taehyung's hidden truth be the vulnerability he rarely shares, the nights of doubt, and the toll of maintaining a flawless facade? If so, it is not weakness but profound humanity, a reminder that behind the icon is a man wrestling with the same fears as anyone else, magnified 1,000 times by the spotlight. While BTS's charitable contributions are widely publicized, much of Taehyung's philanthropy remains hidden. Anecdotes occasionally emerge, donations made quietly, support given to fans in need, assistance extended to struggling artists. Unlike many celebrities who broadcast their generosity, Taehyung seems to prefer anonymity in giving. Insiders claim he has funded art programs for children and contributed to mental health initiatives without attaching his name. Such actions suggest that what he hides is not scandal but sincerity. In a world obsessed with image, Taehyung's hidden philanthropy points to a man who values impact over recognition. Perhaps the truest measure of his character lies not in the songs topping charts, but in the quiet gestures that never make headlines.